Minecraft. Happy New Year! Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to the BGN server. It is New Year, and I am back at home for a few days with some time to record. But over the Christmas break, I did some little bit of building and caving and stuff when I was at my mom's visiting for maybe a couple hours a night. For whatever reason, it's being all crafting recipes and things on me, so I don't know if I need to do certain things there. But we are up in the sky, as you can tell, over a swamp that is all lit up on the surface as well as the underground, because I have created a witch farm. And you can see the witches piling in here, and they go through some water streams, and they go up here, and they eventually take a big fall over here, plop, 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 onto these hoppers, and we end up with great stuff like this. And so I've had it running for a while, and it's working pretty well. There is no one else on the server right now, and so I'm getting pretty good rates. But yeah, I lit up tons of the underground, and it is still the case that I can get, I think, slightly better rates if I go even like higher up into the sky, if I like climb this over here. But let's just kind of go through briefly how I made this thing, because I did use some new technologies. I'm going to hit this, which is going to cause a water stream to go down there and hit an observer. And we'll actually be able to see it from over here, actually. Which is going to turn on the lights inside the witch farm. So I have some glowstone lamps. You just saw the lights come on. When the water hits that, the observer goes through some redstone wires here and here to turn on some lights so that no other witches are going to spawn in the farm. And you can see that there is a redstone thingy going there that just has water to push the witches over the edge. And so every few seconds it turns on the water to push the witches out and then turns the water back off so that more can spawn. And we can go ahead and just kind of jump down to see more of what's going on down here. So here is the observer that's just here for the light switch. And so it's just connected to a sticky piston. And so the one tick you get out of the observer will either push the redstone block over here or bring it back each time the water comes down or goes back away. Down in this area, this is the witch farm itself. So this is where the witch hut used to stand. And we just have a bunch of redstone wired up over here. It sounds like there's still a witch who is stuck, yeah, right here. I can just knock her into the bubble column water stream to get her out of the way. But basically some very boring redstone to hook up the lights, just to some glowstone lamps that are in this place to make it safe. While we're here, the redstone for the turning on and off the water streams is also just very easy. It's just this in a loop that's always going around, and then some kind of like staggered redstone that's going up some stairs in order to climb up the 3 levels of the farm. So pretty straightforward in terms of redstone-y kind of stuff. And then if we want to go upstairs, we just take the same column that the witches do. It's a bubble column, so we have soul sand on the bottom. And then water source blocks all the way up. This is the exit that I take when I want to get back out over here. But we can come back up here. It's kind of a mess up here. I got the witches just getting up to this height and then wasn't sure what to do next. And so ended up doing a lot of modifications over time to basically make sure the witches didn't get stuck and flowed through here. I tried using some ice, but it's still the case that they get stuck on the ice because I guess mobs don't slide on the ice nearly as much, and I don't have a good way to get the water kind of like pushing them into the column over here that I could figure out. Maybe there's a better way to do it. And then I got them here, and originally I was killing them manually and decided that I really just wanted the drops and to get things like glowstone and whatnot. And so I made another bubble column that goes up there and then drops them, and it just drops them onto some hoppers that are all then facing into this thing. So pretty standard design. Here is a place if I want to go AFK and make sure that I'm super safe. Shouldn't be anywhere that mobs can spawn up here. But I feel safer when I'm here. But since I had the switch, which made the water go away, which made the observer change the lights down there. Now it's dark downstairs again. We can see the darkness over here. Ooh, almost just fell off. And yeah, if I stand here for a moment, we can probably even see a witch spawning and get pushed off the edge. I see one that just got pushed off from a lower level. And I guess I don't have a good way to zoom. Yeah, but there's a witch who just spawned right there. And so in a moment, the water stream will carry this witch over. And you can see it drop down if you're on a big enough screen and have the brightness turned up enough. So yeah, that is that. And so that is great. And so I wanted to get all of this stuff because I figure since it's a server, it would be nice to possibly open up a shop. And there's some good drops here with redstone and glowstone that is hard to get renewable resources of in any other way. So that could be good. Yeah, so that might motivate me to open up a shop. We will see. I do occasionally get a witch that gets caught over here. If I want to, I can actually shoot it through the wall and dislodge it, but it really doesn't matter if there's one stuck there. It doesn't affect the rest of the kind of mob farm rates. Equipment. I am at level 29, and I've done lots of level 30 enchants. So I'm just going to kind of hover over the armor that I'm currently wearing, the axe that I am wielding, the pickaxe that I have, the shovel that I have, the bow that I have. But basically, I have a lot of very good equipment. I'm still working on some of it. But the farm is turned off now because we just turned on the lights, so no more witches should spawn. So we'll be able to ride that column back up later. But here is the base that I've created. This is kind of like the Brian World Tour, as it were. I've got a cow farm, which is one of the places that I get my experience levels from. It's actually one of the primary places I get my experience levels from. And just a manually harvested wheat farm over here. And so, you know, I can just punch out some wheat. Yeah, I got 4 pieces of wheat. I can go over and feed the cows. Get some experience from breeding cows. You can hear some experience balls going over there. And then when I want to thin out the herd, there's a little down arrow right here. Whee! That goes down into the base. There is a tiny cactus farm there. This is my nether portal, which we will take back to town in a little bit, and I'll show you how that goes. This is my base, but I just want to quickly grab Sharpness 4, Unbreaking 3, Looting 3. I finally got a Looting 3 diamond sword. Got soul sand here, so we got a bubble column to go back up. I love the new water physics in terms of vertical mobility. Used both there and here for getting in and out of the base. But then if I want to thin out the cows, we can do this for a while. And this is another good way to get some experience. As well as kind of the secondary experience that we can get from then using a furnace on all the drops that we're getting with our Looting 3 sword over here. So let's go ahead and run in here and pick up the drops from the cows. And I can hop out right there. So this is kind of the cycle that I've been doing while I was at my mom's over the break and couldn't record. I brought a bunch of ice because I thought maybe I was going to need ice in the farm, and then it didn't seem like there was a way to actually use the ice. I went on an adventure out into the world, and I found an icy biome and just used Silk Touch Pick to gather a bunch of ice to bring back home. But let's see. This should get us, yeah, to level 30. So I'll go ahead and cook up some more of that and drop this off here. I've got a separate food chest here, but you can see all of the steak that I've been getting for levels with the cows, basically. And then I have some other good enchanted gear. I have Feather Falling by itself. I have Protection 4, Unbreaking 3. And I have Protection 3, Unbreaking 3, Depth Strider 3. Boots are among the hardest things to enchant. I'm definitely going to want the Feather Falling for when we go fight the Ender Dragon, I expect. I got an Aqua Affinity Fire Protection Helmet, an awesome combination when I was trying to do diamond helmets. And I had a Looting 2 sword before I managed to enchant the awesome sword that you saw before. And then I have an old kind of like tools for using in future repairs. And then this one is just Silk Touch. And then I've also enchanted some books. Loyalty, Silk Touch, Riptide, Unbreaking, Smite, Loyalty 3, Sharpness 3, Sharpness 4, Bane of Arthropod. Some of these I have found in the mine shafts. Oh, I need to show you the mine shafts. But while we're here, let's quickly take a look at 3 possible enchantments. Sweeping Edge, not all that interesting. I wouldn't mind another Infinity Bow. And Efficiency 3 is not all that great. None of those are super great. Let's try another pair of boots, because I would also not mind getting another pair of Feather Falling 4 boots. I've done a whole lot of caving underground, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit here as well. Just to show you all the work that I've done. But let's see if I could get anything good on these boots. I do want another Depth Strider pair of boots. So let's go ahead and spend our level 30 enchant on the boots this time around. See if we get anything else good. Protection 3, Depth Strider 3. Is that the same thing I had on the other pair? I think it might be. That one had Unbreaking as well. All right. Well, we have some more Depth Strider boots. I might... Has Protection 3, Unbreaking 3? Let's wear the Depth Strider now that I have 2 pairs of it. And the Depth Strider will be nice for getting around in some of the water. And then I want to just put these back. And it's night, and we can go ahead and sleep. I have encountered a phantom. And so one of these days we will see that together. That's some of the new content in this update. But that day is not today. Okay, so I didn't enchant. Let's show you some of the underground underneath the witch farm. So basically all the caves everywhere within 100 blocks, I think at this point, are lit up. And I think lit up fully. Occasionally I will find a mob. There's mine shafts everywhere. There's ravines and caves everywhere. It's an extremely hollow area. The witch hut is actually right up here, and there's a place from the corner of the witch hut to jump down to get straight down here. But if I go this way, I think, there's one of the mine shaft starter rooms. Oh, I hear a zombie. Yeah, there's slimes here. That's what I wanted to show off. It's a slime chunk. And so this is one of the places that I've gotten slime balls that you may have seen in one of the other chests, because I haven't done anything to try to get them not to spawn. But there is a tiny dark space right there. And if there's a tiny dark space anywhere, someone's going to spawn, because I've lit up everything around here. But yeah, just mine shafts in every direction, caves in every direction. And I've done a few passes of just kind of going through the entire underground here. Hey, Brawnzy joined the game. Hello. Recording some base tour, I guess is what I would call it, just so he knows that I am recording. And yeah, other than the diamonds, I haven't gotten a whole lot of stuff out of the walls, so my usual kind of MO. I like lighting up caves, not so big on mining out resources. And so that has not changed for those of you who know me. Yeah, but yeah, I wish I could go in spectator mode and like show you the whole lit up underground, because there is a lot of it. But maybe at some point in a future episode we can do some caving just on the outskirts, and it's kind of occasionally like a super hostile map because there's nowhere for mobs to spawn, and so you see a lot of mobs, so that's pretty cool. Let's see, is there anything else to show off here? I don't think so. This is, you can see how many diamonds I've gotten from the caving I've been doing. I guess I have occasionally mined some other resources out of the ground, but not all that often. There's still lots of them left there. I did manage to get a skeleton to shoot a creeper once in the caves, and so we got Stall as a music disc. And I did find 2 fossils underground underneath this swamp, and so that's where the bone blocks came from. And other than that, yeah, you can see just different loot that I've gotten from dungeons and mine shaft chests, whatever they're called. But what was the other thing I wanted to show off at the farm? Oh yeah, and I've got some sugarcane growing over there that I don't really need anymore, because I've got plenty of that. Is there something else I wanted to show off over here? I guess I do want to show off, I learned something about these bubble columns, and I don't even remember if I've really shown them off at all in a previous episode, but it's basically one of the new bits of physics If you have soul sand at the bottom of a column of water sources, it makes bubbles that you can breathe and that push you upwards. And placing water sources all the way up a column is very tedious, but it turns out that there is a better way to do it using kelp. And I guess I'll just do a quickie demonstration. Actually, I was thinking I had a ladder up here, but I could make a, we could just do it right here on camera. It won't actually take very long, assuming I have dirt. Do I have dirt? I do have one piece of dirt. That is what we need. Okay. So let's show you how to make, for those who want to know, and this is probably for people who have been keeping track of the updates. Not at all new information for most of you. But for me, this was fun to discover. How to make a bubble column. I also want some signs because I want to keep some water inside here, and so I want to do... This is going to be where I'm going to step in, and I'm going to put a water bucket here at the bottom, and I have an infinite water source over here. And now what I want to do is make a water column filled with water sources all the way up to the top. And it used to be that would be extremely tedious to do. But now, thanks to the update, we can do something pretty amazing. And so what I need to do is build my way up to the top. And I'll probably fast forward this. All right, and I guess that's probably going to be high enough. Let's do things, I guess, like this. And I can put another sign here. And then I'm going to put water here. So we have a water source at the top, but now I have water that's flowing all the way back down. And now is where the magic part happens because of the magic of kelp. So if I go back down to the bottom, I can plant kelp. And kelp is one of these underwater plants that grows in dirt, and it looks like that. And if you hit F3 and you look on the right-hand side of the screen, targeted block, kelp, age 15, kelp will keep growing up in water sources or in flowing water. And as it grows up, it will convert the water sources to flowing water. But rather than wait for it to grow, and the age, it has a maximum age of 25, I think, and so then it stops growing. But rather than wait for it to grow, you can just place the kelp yourself, because you can place one kelp on top of another kelp like that. And it just converted what was downward flowing water into a water source block. And so if I just place kelp all the way up this water column, just like this, it will convert all of this flowing water into water source blocks. And so now all of that is water source blocks. And so now that it's all source blocks, if I have any soul sand here, I can convert it to a bubble column. So I can just break the kelp, and the kelp, I guess the kelp floats to the top. I don't think I realized that. The question is, do I have soul sand? I do have soul sand. Terrific. Everything's coming up Millhouse. And that's all blocked off, so the water isn't going to flow out anywhere. So if I replace this with soul sand, then this should become a bubble column. And so now I can just step inside, and whoosh, we are taken to the top. Here's all of our kelp. Hopefully went all back into my inventory. Yeah, there's 37 kelp. And now we get up here super quick, and we didn't have to use the ladder. Yeah, so that's how you can make a bubble tower very quickly. And I guess I'll take the ladder down, because I haven't made a place to jump down into the water down here. Yeah, so that's super fun. Let me put away some stuff, and I want to go back to spawn, just because I haven't been there in a while, and see what kind of things have changed. Apparently there was a Christmas tree that burned down, and I can also show you the way back through in the nether. And is this turned on or off right now? I forgot which state it's in. The lights are on, and that's the way I want to leave it. I don't want the witches spawning up here right now. And now that I have the Depth Strider boots on, I guess I can just run across underwater pretty quickly there. So that's great. And I would like to have this filled with water, but we can fill it right here. And so, this is fine equipment to take on our little trip through the Nether. So you'll recall that I went eastward in order to find a Nether fortress. And so we're actually along that path. The Nether fortress is further that way. And spawn, I hear him, but I don't see him. Spawn is just back this way, and I think we just have to go through like 2 open areas of the Nether to get back to the spawn Nether portal. So let's go check it out. Here's one of the open Nether areas with a couple of bits of cobblestone to help you find your way. And the other one is over here. Oh, people have built this up. Okay, it used to be the Nether portal was relatively unprotected, but now there's a nice little hole to go hide in. So that is already new. I haven't been back here in a while. And I think it's going to be nighttime, unfortunately. Welcome back. Okay, I had to restart my client, but it seems to be working now. I think the Nether portal has moved, possibly. And is this what used to be the Christmas tree that burned to the ground, but it looked like it had an awesome star on top, I imagine? We can at least get a good look at it. Looks like some people have started lighting up some caves down there. It looks like a bit more of the land above ground here at spawn is lit up. And it looks like this might have been an awesome tree back before it burned down. I think it just burned down yesterday, like on New Year's or something. But I do like the star, and it looked like it had some pretty colors on it. This is still the location of Kitt's house, basically, I think. Come one, come all. There's one for all. Merry Christmas. Slack. Oh, is it all the chests? There's a saddle. There's a saddle. Okay, I have saddles already. But it seems like people who needed saddles got saddles for Christmas. That's very nice. There's an Enderman over here. There's multiple Endermen over here. And I would like to get some Ender Pearls. So let's attempt to do that with a modicum of safety by hopping in the water. I don't have my looting sword on me. So unfortunately, we're only going to get 0 or 1 Ender Pearls from these guys. But I would like to get more Ender Pearls. I think I only own like 2 or 3 right now. And they're useful for extra Ender chests. And eventually they'll be useful when we do go to the end, which we'll probably do as a group to go and kill the Ender Dragon at some point. So owning Ender Pearls is good. Alright, and the server is being awesome right now, as you can tell. Okay. I did not get any Ender Pearls from that, but oh well, what you gonna do? And then I think I left a bunch of stuff here still. I mean, I guess there's still kind of like these farms. There's some mobs. I didn't even ask if he was in the Nether. I wonder. I don't see any mobs coming at me right now. I'm just curious to see if this will pass the night. In case he's in the Nether. Doesn't seem like he is. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, so there's all these farms here. There's the old enchanting station and some of my old gear that I'd left here as well. So I should clean this up and bring this back home. And then I want to put up some kind of storefront. Yes, still recording. I want to put up some kind of storefront here in Spawn. Is it Spawn Town? Like it's kind of Spawn Kitt's burned down house. I'm not sure that there's any other structures that are right here. So I need to talk to some folks on the server offline, but have really hardly been on with anybody to talk to them over the holiday. Yeah, but I was thinking about possibly even just putting up a sign at spawn that says, you know, like, I have these things for sale if you're interested in any of them. And the things being leather and steak and all the drops from the witch farm. And yeah. Yeah, saying that people could just contact me directly if they want to do some trades until I get a storefront put up. But I was thinking about possibly calling it Brian's Bargain Basement and then I could build it underground over here, and then I wouldn't have to build a structure, since I'm not a very good builder, and it could be the basement. But I don't know. Tell me what you think of that. But I guess that's all I really wanted to show off here. Mostly, I guess, because it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot more to show off. I guess this is a drown that just converted. They make such crazy sounds. And behave in such crazy ways, apparently. Gargle, gargle. Alright, let's kill this guy. I don't think they have, like, separate drops from zombies. I don't actually know. I don't know a whole bunch about the drowned. There's still a whole bunch of ocean content that we'll have to explore in the future. But this was basically just an episode to catch you up on the things that I have done recently and the things that I plan to do in the near future. It'll probably be a few days before I actually manage to be back home for good and have a good chance to schedule recording sessions with any other folks on the server. But things are evolving, things are progressing. I'm definitely pretty well off in terms of equipment and different things. So at this point, I can start thinking about both things like building a storefront to interact with other people on the server, as well as finding a new place to set up another base, which would probably be the ocean, because there's a whole bunch of ocean content that I would like to explore. So possibly doing that. And I don't know, if you guys have other ideas of things that you would like to see me do on the server, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I may or may not take suggestions. But yeah, that is a quick what Brian has been up to on the BGN server. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Minecraft. For now, bye-bye.